Baltimore Ravens are not playing around in their preparation for the 3-0 Buffalo Bills coming into Baltimore for Sunday Night Football. John Harbaugh, Roquan Smith, Mark Andrews, and others address the media. Josh Allen speaks glowingly of Lamar Jackson, and we got some big updates for the Bills and the Ravens in their final practice today. The final injury report coming out with some key starters on both sides not strapping up for Sunday Night Football. We also got an update on how Unique Ngakoue looks and some other pass rush details for the Ravens. We got all that and more, so welcome in to another episode of Ravens Reports. It's your guy Noah here with For the Flock. As always, bringing you guys our top 5 news reports and storylines coming out of our Baltimore Ravens today. Make sure you got your subscribe and notification bell on so you don't miss any Ravens content we got for you upcoming. We got a lot to get into today, so let's dive in. At number 1, Roquan Smith. Here's what he had to say on exactly what they need to do to beat the Buffalo Bills.
So it'll be a great challenge for our defense, but we love challenges. Got to first stop the run like any other week, eliminate the run with Cook and the rest of the backs, and make the guys one-dimensional. And then I feel like if we do that, we'll like things in our favor. Yeah, very excited about the game just because, it's at the bank. We have to protect the bank. Obviously, the last time we was in here, we didn't do that. So, we definitely have a sour taste in our mouths even after the way we finished last week, and just to show the world exactly who we are as a defense. So we're excited about the matchup, and we know exactly what we bring to the table, and it's about playing 4 complete quarters. And if we do that, we'll like our chances. I can promise you that.
As he said, it's pretty simple. They want to stop the run because I think if the Baltimore Ravens can limit the run game, they're going to have a lot of success against the Buffalo Bills. By the way, the Bills are the number 1 overall offense when it comes to points per game, over 37 points per game. They're super efficient right now. The Baltimore Ravens are number 1 in yards, moving the ball up and down the field, but the Bills are number 1 where it's most important, and that's getting into the end zone and putting points on the board. Bills are unique in the fact that they have some really good tight ends, a strong offensive line, and a super efficient and talented quarterback right now, but not any crazy weapons on the outside. Guys like Khalil Shakir, rookie Keon Coleman, Matt Collins, all good football players, but no elite wide receiver that absolutely puts fear in opposing defenses, yet they're so efficient because they spread the ball around. They are on time. Josh Allen can also improvise as a rusher and scramble. So the Bills are a super talented offense, but I think the Ravens match up pretty well. I think the biggest weapon for the Bills so far has been James Cook, and the Ravens are unique in the fact that they do have 2 really talented athletic linebackers, also talented athletic safeties in Kyle Hamilton and Marcus Williams. Those guys are going to need to have strong games covering James Cook out of the backfield. And I think the corners, we have the guys, the personnel between Nate Wiggins, Brendan Stevens, and Marlon Humphrey to lock these guys up in man coverage more often than not. All right, guys, so before we get into the rest of today's content, I'm super excited to announce that my wife and I will be traveling from North Carolina to Baltimore to attend the Baltimore Ravens versus Washington Commanders game on October 13th. And I'm also fired up to announce that SeatGeek is officially sponsoring today's video. So if you guys want to come say hi, come say what's up, come share that experience being in person live at M&T Bank Stadium, I'm super excited to announce that SeatGeek is hooking it up. You can use my code FLOCK for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. More on that in a second, but I got to tell you, SeatGeek, with over 28 million downloads, is the number 1 rated ticketing app. So whether you guys want to go to the Washington Commanders game where I'll be, or there's Sunday Night Football coming up against the Buffalo Bills, going to be tons of great games at M&T Bank Stadium this year. Or if you're interested in other events, there's more than 70,000 other events on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. You guys know football's back. We're heading into week 4. Baseball is in full swing. We got the Orioles in Baltimore about to kick off the playoffs. We got basketball season right around the corner. Plus, there's tons of other concerts and artists going on tour right now. The other thing that's awesome about SeatGeek is they put all the tickets across the web in one place to make sure you're getting a good deal. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so look for the green dots and the green on the ticketing app, or if you want to go to the homepage on a desktop, however you guys want to do it, you can look for those green dots. Green means good value, and red means not a great value when it comes to the quality of seat you're getting for your price. And you guys know I came through for you guys. So use my code FLOCK for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code FLOCK. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. And number two, before we get into some injury updates, speaking of Josh Allen, he had some very glowing words on the fellow 2018 draft pick, them both coming out of the first round there. Here's what he had to say on Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's an inspiration to a lot of people in this country. The way that he plays the game, the doubters that he had coming out and asking to switch positions early on, and then for him to show the resiliency and the work ethic and the attitude to go forward and win 2 MVPs. Guys around the league, they see that he's really changed the way that I think guys play the game. But make no mistake about it, he can throw the snot out of the football, and got a lot of respect for him, a lot of love for him. Love watching him play because every play is never dead with him. Make guys miss and then get the ball downfield. So yeah, he's a special player.
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are 2-2 all-time head-to-head playing each other. So whoever comes out with the win here takes the lead in the all-time head-to-head matchups. But I like the Ravens. I like the odds. So do the odds makers, who actually have the Ravens as 2.5-point favorites. And the Ravens are historically good at home playing in the bank in prime time. The Ravens are actually 20-3 under the John Harbaugh era since 2008 with an 870 winning percentage, and that's by far the best in the NFL by a pretty wide margin. The next best is Seattle at 774. So the Ravens and Lamar, John Harbaugh, they play their best. They play their best when the lights are brightest in the big-time moments. Roquan Smith talking about how they have to protect the bank. I think they're going to get it done. At number 3, some crucial injury updates here, starting with left guard Andrew Voorhees. All right, so he's doubtful to play on Sunday night. They have some options, however. Andrew Voorhees has had his ups and downs. It's not like he's been a Pro Bowl lockdown guard, so it's not like we're losing a stud. He has had his moments. He's essentially a rookie after not playing at all with that ACL injury last year after being drafted, despite being out the entire year. Josh Jones is an option, the veteran. Patrick McCarry could move in. He's been playing right tackle, but that would put rookie right tackle Roger Rosengarten out there at right tackle, which I think is a better option than Patrick McCarry anyways. And then there's Ben Cleveland, who could play left guard as well. So they have multiple options here between McCarry, Cleveland, and Josh Jones. It does seem like the most likely option, according to some of the stuff out there, some of the analysts and a lot of stuff buzzing on social media, is that Patrick McCarry could be the guy to move into left guard and then let right tackle Roger Rosengarten replace McCarry. I don't think that's a bad idea. Patrick McCarry, a trusted veteran, is at least provides a certain floor there, and should be able to get it done in pass protection. If it was me, I'd probably start Ben Cleveland at left guard and still start Roger Rosengarten at right tackle. But we'll see what the Ravens decide to do. On the other side, with the Buffalo Bills, they have 2 key starters already ruled out. Starting nickel cornerback, defensive back Taron Johnson is already ruled out, and starting linebacker Terrell Bernard is ruled out as well. So 2 key pieces, in the middle of the defense, the nickel that covering a slot and the linebacker covering some tight ends. Those 2 key starters out there. That means I think the Ravens are going to have some success over the middle of the field with their best tight end duo in the National Football League, Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. Speaking of Mark Andrews, he's not concerned about the slow start to the year. He has had 1 game over 50 receiving yards, but the other 2 have been kept relatively quiet. He says he feels great and he knows his opportunity's coming. It's about being a team player and winning. Here's what he had to say.
Year 7 and especially year 2 in this offense, I understand what to expect and what we have going forward, and even more so this year with all the guys that we have. So again, just about execution, doing our job, playing hard. My time will come. I believe that. And I feel really good, feel healthy, and good things will come.
Some other really good news is that there's some key defenders that the Ravens could be getting back here pretty shortly. First one is cornerback Arthur Millette, who had one of the best training camps out of all the Ravens. He was a standout. He was, getting his hands on footballs, blitzing, pass deflections. The guy was making a ton of plays throughout training camp. He did go down with a knee injury early in August. Arthur Millette started the season on the injured reserve and is eligible to return to game action next week against the Cincinnati Bengals. He has been working out on side fields, doing rehab stuff, but has not been able to actually practice. John Harbaugh says it's a pretty good opportunity and a high likelihood that he could return here soon. We also got the rookie outside linebacker Adisa Isaac, who showed some good stuff in preseason, and we're excited about as a young, talented outside linebacker prospect for, Chuck Smith, Dr. Rush to kind of groom up there next to Jabo and Owe. He's off of the injured list now and is eligible to return. We'll see if he's active in any of these games here. But another guy fans are excited about, rightfully so, is Yannick Ngakoue. Here's what John Harbaugh had to say on his availability and how he's looking so far.
Do you feel like you have a good grip already on how long the ramp-up would be until he might be an option? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that. We have a lot of good players, young players rushing the passer too. So I think it's just going to be him being ready, which I'm very confident he will be very soon, and then the opportunity expressing itself when it does. He'll be out there, and I think he'll help us. He's looked good. Looks like he's in shape. Looks like he's in a great place. Spiritually, mentally. It was fun to have him out there, and he and Ronnie had some battles this week for sure.
And speaking of this pass rush, I'm excited about Yannick Ngakoue, and I think he's going to have some big plays for the Ravens this year. I mean, I think he's going to have some sacks and some big moments. I still think he's got plenty of juice. He's only 29 years old. He's motivated. He's back at home, in Maryland where he grew up, and I think he's going to make an impact on this defense, man. Just wait and see. Speaking of the pass rush, two other guys that are having some impact for sure is Odafe Owe and David Ojabo. They're both top 10 right now in pass rush win rate. How about that, man? These two young outside linebackers, both top 10 in pass rush win rate. Odafe Owe is 9th. He already has a couple of sacks so far. David Ojabo had a sack early in the season. He's 10th in the NFL in pass rush win rate, according to this chart, well above league average. And Ojabo, if you look at part of this chart is how often they're double teamed. David Ojabo is actually seeing more double teams right now than Odafe Owe. So between Owe, David Ojabo, Yannick Ngakoue on the practice squad, Adisa Isaac coming back here soon, and then the veteran presence who already has 4 sacks, and Kyle Van Noy, I like the way this pass rush is shaping up, and I do think there's going to be a lot of times the Ravens are up with a lead in the third and fourth quarters where they need multiple fresh guys to get after the quarterback, and I like the rotation of guys that are going to be hunting and pinning their ears back to come sack the quarterback. I can't wait for this game, just a few days away, Sunday Night Football. The Ravens, this feels like a game they got to win. It's another conference game. They don't want to start the year 1-3. They got to keep pace. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-0, and I think they have a lot to prove. I don't think they're satisfied with some of their performances lately, and some of the ways the games have gone where they could have easily won. They could be easily 3-0 right now. Losing that game to the Raiders, some crucial mistakes, missed field goals, penalties, all that stuff. And I think the Ravens want to prove to everyone that they're still a really good football team and a contender in the AFC. As always, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to smash the like button if you got any value out of today's content. It does really help out the channel. Let me know your score predictions in the comments section below with this game, man. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you in the next video.
Ray, when he wasn't looking, he ran me over.